Flopsy and the Easter Bunny Olympics, Part 4 of 40. Living close to the Wells Fargo Arena, we'd been attending the Easter Bunny tryouts for as long as I could remember, but this was the first year I'd participated. We lived so close to Wells Fargo that it wasn't a hardship for Mom and Dad to take me to Easter Olympic tryouts, and because Mom and Dad knew how much being one of Monks River's Easter Bunnies meant to me, this was my second Olympic tryout of the year. And having just competed in last month's tryouts, memories were fresh in our brains, and we knew how the next hour would proceed. The baby bunnies, as the under 10 Easter wannabes were known, were put through their paces in the main arena while we big bunnies were divided into groups of 48 and rotated through preliminary drills, as well as being subjected to a quiz on Easter facts out of public view. Most of the quiz was multiple choice and computer scored, but the single essay would be scored by 3 separate judges. The 3-judge panel also held true for all our compulsory activities, as we likewise rotated through performing our compulsories of jumping, running, and carrying heavy baskets in front of group after group of 3 separate judges in the practice chambers of Wells Fargo. After last month's tryout, I'd mentioned to my parents how nearly all the judges were brown and that I hadn't seen a single white bunny sitting as a judge. Dad's nose had twitched as he acknowledged this, but whatever he thought of the situation, he restricted himself to saying, "It's the judge's job to pick the best candidates, not the best brown or black or white candidate. We know just by looking around the white bunnies are a very small minority around here. Don't let that fret you. You do your best and make the judges see you, not your color. Got it?" I'd said I did, but I wasn't sure how sincere my answer was. I was going to do my best, but how much control could I have on making the judges see a bunny instead of a white bunny? No matter how prepared a bunny was or wasn't, no matter if a bunny had a good day or a bad day, all the 10 and over bunnies completed the first hour of tests before those who failed to move on were sent out to the stadium, where they could either go up to the stands and watch the rest of the competition or forlornly sink home with their ears drooping. The tally for the preliminary competition that was kept on each bunny who participated in the games was kept secret, and no bunny was eliminated prior to the completion of the first hour's pre-games testing. Preliminary scores were kept secret in order to encourage the greatest number of bunnies to compete. Keeping preliminary scores confidential in the initial rounds meant that no matter how badly a bunny did in the first hour of competition, that every bunny who participated in tryouts was encouraged to do our best and work hard. Every bunny participated in every category, and it was only after the compulsories were complete that we were separated into continuing candidates versus eliminated ones. Every bunny was weighed and given a singlet with a 7-digit identification number prior to the preliminary events being decided by 3 judge panels for every event. And despite my fears concerning being judged for the color of my fur rather than the content of my character, I must have done well enough on the computer-scored multiple-choice Easter history quiz and the compulsory floor exercises to advance. As the behind-closed-doors preliminaries concluded, I found myself among the top 1,440 of 10 and over Easter Bunny contenders who lined up to file out onto the Wells Fargo main arena and be put through our paces in front of a very excited crowd. Emotionally, I was tied up in knots as we hopped out to the main arena. I'd managed to make it through the preliminaries last month, only to be eliminated with the next culling. And no matter how I was about to perform, I was determined to go further in the selection process this time than last.